What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Misfit Lawyer, coming at you one more again with a big what's up on this Wednesday evening, y'all. What y'all been up to? I've missed y'all. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've been on, but I missed y'all. It's been a crazy, crazy week too in the sports world. Very exciting. Very since we didn't have much to watch last year, because of the pandemic. We're gonna start out with the for the basketball, the NBA Finals. Of course, we got to give a big shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks, even though that wasn't my team, but the best team wins. So congratulations to you all, and we cannot forget about Malika Andrews, who made her story as the youngest sports broadcaster to host the NBA Finals and the trophy ceremony. So big ups to Malika. If you're following her, give her roses, and I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. So we're going to start off with who put their fists up and who took a knee for Black Lives Matter. We're going to give a shout out to Luciana Alvarado. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she's a Costa Rican gymnast who gave a fist up at the Olympics. We also are going to give a shout out to Great Britain, Japan, and Sweden and America for taking a knee. Those are our female soccer players. So we always want to make sure that we give, give everyone their shout out. Give a shout out to all of those that are recognizing, the things that are going on in the world today. And there was a big deal about not being able to protest or to do anything like that during the Olympics in Tokyo. They were gonna, fine people, and they just didn't want that going on. And these girls, they stood up and they said, we're gonna do it anyway. And there hadn't been any fines or anything associated with that. So you guys go and keep doing what you're doing. So let's do a medal count. So as of this morning, we have USA with 31. We have China with 27, and we have Russia with 23. So, the USA is showing out. We always do, don't we? And we're going to talk about bios, but I want to talk a little bit about our the basketball team, the 3-on-3 that took home the medal. I think that was Monday or when they played, I forgot, but they took home a medal on the 3-on-3. We had Erica Sullivan, who snagged the silver medal, and we had Katie Ledecky, who got a gold. That's in swimming. We had let's see who else we did. The softball we didn't do so well with softball and baseball, so we Japan, they showed out on that. So with Simone Biles, we had this Simone Biles. She didn't do so well the first round, and then she came back and she decided that her mental health was more important than going out and, performing. So, I was on a Clubhouse last night. There were mixed views on that. Some people are saying, she trained for the Olympics. She went there and, she should have been, prepared for that. And then there are some that are saying, we actually had a psychologist on that was saying, you just never tell, and, as a professional football player, I can understand that, in some instances, but, what are your thoughts? You tell me. So in some not so Olympic news, we had our friend Aaron Rodgers, who couldn't make up his mind on whether or not he was going to be playing with Green Bay or not. He decided to show up for practice yesterday or today. So I know they're still negotiating his contract. So we'll see what he does. We never know. We also had what else did we have? Oh, in canoeing this year. So they've had this sport in the Olympics since 1936, but this year marks the first time that women have ever been allowed to partake in this event. So let's talk about gender inequality in sports, guys. Like, come on. So women can't canoe now. So we'll get a chance to see them. Compete tomorrow at 3 And then one thing I want to just call out as well, and I don't know who wears Secret deodorant, but I said so. Secret is dedicating all of their commercials that they run during the Olympics to women in sports. So that's something they're trying to show their support for women in sports and their backing for women equality in sports. So that's what's good. Thank you, Secret. We all know who you are. So it's the secret. It's the secret is the women's deodorant. They say so. Thank you, Secret, and we appreciate what you're doing. And that's what's good. So I have a great show for you tonight. The lineup is great. I have a professional female football player. She plays in the league that I play in, the WFLA. She's also an entrepreneur and she's also an author. She wrote a book called Girls Play Football Too. I can't wait to speak to her. But first, we're going to bring on our student baller. Her name is Lauren. Well, let me correct that. She's a championship soccer player. Her name is Lauren, and I'm gonna bring her on right now. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me? I see your dad is on. I'm gonna bring your dad on too. Do you mind?
Sure.
I'm gonna bring your dad on because I actually did some research and I saw your dad out there playing with you. So is your dad your trainer?
I guess when I was younger he was, but
What do you say about that, Dad? You're still training, right?
Oh yes, I still give him pep talks, but I leave the rest of the coaches. But when she started playing for Cliffs, I had to step back. But when she was playing earlier for Inferno, the coach was so nice to me, and he made me train her all the time. So I was a trainer at the earlier stages of her career. Yeah.
Okay, I saw you out there playing with her though. I saw the videos that you guys posted. You guys follow Lauren on YouTube. She has her videos posted. Go subscribe to her page. You
Yes.
didn't you didn't look too bad.
Oh no. I'm in good shape.
You're in good shape. All right, Lauren, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 18 years old. I'm from Hanover Park, Illinois. I used to play on a club team called Eclipse out of Oak Brook.
Can
I
you turn
have,
your volume up a little bit?
oh yeah. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I have a younger sister. She's 15. Her name's Vanessa. My mom's name is Amelia. My dad's name's Victor. They're both from Ghana. It's West Coast, Africa.
So were you born in Ghana or did you move here when you were
No, no, I was born here. I was born in Hoffman Estates, Illinois,
okay?
and then I went to Ghana the first time when I was 5 months, and I stayed there for like 2 years, and I've been there 6 times ever since.
Okay. So what sport do you play?
I play soccer.
You play soccer. And how long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing soccer for 9 years now.
Okay, now tell us the story behind that, or should I bring Dad on to tell that story? Because I read something. I'm gonna bring Dad. Dad, tell us the story about how Lauren got into soccer.
I think she might actually be the best one to tell the story. But I know it was a friend of hers during third grade who introduced her into sports. But she probably could be the best one to give you more details into that.
Okay, tell us, Lauren.
So I had a friend, her name is Mia Eberman, and first grade she was my bus buddy, so that means she helped me around the school and sat with me on the bus since I didn't go to kindergarten in my elementary school, so we were
Okay.
friends ever since. And um, third grade going into fourth grade, she said that there's this team that she plays on, but they don't have a goalkeeper. And I never played soccer before, any sport for that matter, but I was like, why not? And I thought it would be fun. So one day she just brought me to practice, and before I asked my parents, and I'm like, I kind of want to do this. And then they were like, you've never done this before. Where is this coming from? But I was like, I just want to give it a try because I always played with the boys at recess and I was the only girl playing soccer. So I was like, I can like play with other girls who play soccer as well and find this like community and family that understand. And I went to practice and I didn't know what I was doing, but the coach loved me and he thought I was fearless. So I was like, this is the sport for me and this is where I'm going to be. So
So you were a natural because it looks like you were born playing soccer. Tell us about your tell us what position you play.
I'm a goalkeeper. I played goalkeeper all my life.
You play goalkeeper all your life. And so you're graduating. Tell us what you're gonna do when you leave high school. Where are you going and are you gonna play sports when you go?
Yeah, I'm playing soccer. I'm going to Western Michigan University. I'm going to play on the soccer team there, and I'm going to be studying criminal justice
Okay.
in school.
And what do you want to be? What are you gonna do with criminal justice? You want to be a lawyer?
Yeah, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be
Okay.
a criminal lawyer.
Okay. Everybody starts off wanting to be a criminal lawyer. That's going to be like, so. What made you pick Western Michigan? Was it for the sport, or did you? Was it the curriculum?
Well, I grown up in my house and we always say school first. So before I look at any school when I was deciding where I wanted to go, I always chose the curriculum over the sports. And in my eyes, Western has a really good curriculum and it also has a law school, which would be a great transfer for me and it'll be an easy like move. And also the program is great. I went to a camp once and the coaches were just really good and they reminded me of my club coaches and I thought that this was the place I wanted to be.
Okay, and so you're not afraid to leave home and be on your own. You're not scared.
Well, Western Michigan's just in Kalamazoo, which is like 2.5 hours to 3 hours from my house. So it's not
Mhm.
too
Okay,
far. Yeah, so but it's far
like I
enough
can drive
that
home. I can drive home and wash
yeah.
my clothes whenever I need to and get some food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So what is your favorite subject in school right now?
Um my favorite subject in school is probably science. When I
Okay.
was younger, I would tell you it was math, but I feel like I've learned to like love science and especially since I took AP Environmental Science my senior year and it was just something different that I've never done before, but
Okay.
it just made me realize like I really like science and there's different kinds of sciences.
Okay. Well, before I let you go, tell us a little bit about this championship soccer. So soccer that you're doing. So you're a championship soccer player. How did you get that title? What makes you a championship soccer player?
Well, I play in a club team, but we play in a league. We used to play in a league called ECNL, and that's
Hmm.
like a national league that different teams around the whole country. And we qualified in our conference. Were number one in our Midwest conference,
Okay.
and they took the top teams of each conference and they sent us to Florida, and then we had a tournament. So we were number one in the conference. So we went to Florida to like fight for the championship and the title. And we won our first game and it was knockout round. Unlike past years, because of COVID, they shortened everything. So it was
Yeah.
elimination round right away. So it was really tough, but our team pulled through. We won our first game 5-1. And then our second game, we won 3-0. And then our third game, we went to PKs and we tied 1-1 and
Okay.
it was a very interesting game, but we went to PKs and I actually saved 3 PKs to help our team go through.
I was gonna
And
ask that. I was gonna shout out yourself. You always have to. You always have to.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
what were your stats overall during that tournament? Do you remember?
um
You don't remember? That's
not
okay.
really.
So we have a question from one of the viewers. They want to know what are PKs.
So PKs are short for penalty kicks. Basically, there's a spot in the 18-yard box if you see like in front of the goal, 18-yard box. If your team, so for example, if my teammate commits a foul on another team, like the other team, one of their players inside the box, it would become a penalty kick. And that means one player on the opposite team would have to take a like a shot, one
Mhm.
shot off of the spot inside the penalty box against me, and so it's like a 1v1 situation, so it's kind of intense.
So maybe we should also let them know what a goalie does, what you do in your position, and that maybe they'll understand the PK a little bit better.
Well, okay, I'm basically the last person to stop the ball from going into
Right.
the
You're the
goal.
one, you're the one, you're the most important person on this field is what you are.
Yeah, I am. I get to use my hands, so unlike the other players, and my job is just to make sure the ball doesn't go in the back of the net.
Yeah, I saw those hands. I watched those videos. I'm like, you need to come and play football. I saw that footwork too. You'd be good on the field. You'd be good out there.
Thank you.
American football, because I know soccer is called football in other places, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm gonna bring Dad back on before we let you go.
Sure.
And Dad, you tell us how proud you are of your of Lauren.
Oh, we are all extremely proud of her. Like she initially said, we are Ghanaians. We come from Ghana, and we got big family out there. So we have a lot of support for her. From the
Great.
extended family back home and everyone. But Michelle, just to chip this in, she's just not a one-time national champion. Which the only thing about this which is exciting, is because it's with Eclipse. That's the new club that they merged onto from Inferno, where she used to play, but she is a four-time national champion, if I should say.
Wow.
So this is the fourth one. So it's sweet because she's a two-time regional and national futsal champion, 2016, 2017, back to back. And then she is also a national champion in actual the field soccer, which they won the first time in Colorado in 2017. And so this is the second. So now she got two nationals in futsal and then two nationals in actual football, in soccer. So
Lauren,
we're super proud of her.
Lauren, you've got to brag on yourself, okay? You can't just. When I'm gonna update this title, Dad. When I repost it, I'm gonna make sure I include all of it.
Thank you.
Now, Lauren, tell the viewers how to follow you so we can watch you throughout your career in college.
My Instagram handle is Laurino, LAURINO underscore 2021. And that's basically where you can catch up. I'll probably be posting stuff like if we have games and streamed. And I'll
Okay.
just really appreciate it if you guys watch.
And you're on YouTube too. You guys go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. She has videos there. Her dad's on there. Why are you
Yeah.
why are you shaking your head, Dad?
Oh yeah, we try to keep her on a low key as much as possible, but at the point where she is now, we have no control because Western
Yeah.
Michigan University, it's kind of like big on her. So
Yes,
we
I saw.
sit back and watch her glow and watch her elevate. So we're so proud of her, and we also thank you for this platform to actually make her known. We pray.
No problem. So here's a little secret. I did my first 3 years at Western Michigan.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we're gonna stay in touch, And I'm gonna make sure that I post post how you how to get in contact with you when I repost this, and we're gonna make sure we put all of your accolades on there as well, Lauren. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So we have one more question from a viewer. So does dad play soccer or mom play soccer?
My dad played soccer.
Look at that. I knew it.
Until college. And
yes, I did.
I feel like my mom played a little, but I feel like that's more on the fun side.
Okay. It's okay to play for fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll keep in touch with you, Lauren. I'll be reaching out to you within the next day or two.
Right,
thank you so much, Michelle.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was awesome. See, I love moments like that, guys, where we have the parents that are so proud of their kids, and these kids are out there here just balling. She's a scholar and she's an athlete. That's very important. So yeah, and I went to law school at Western Michigan and continue my education overseas. So I am going to stay in touch with Lauren, and good luck to you, Lauren. So our next guest is going to be Jeria. I can't pronounce her first name. I call her Ace. Let me just bring Ace on. Ace.
Hello, how you doing?
What's going on, Ace?
Girl, nothing much. Just got done training.
I see you still in the gym.
Yeah. I live in here literally from 5 in the morning to 8 at night for the most part.
Well, it's time to get started on training for the season.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah.
You ready?
Right. Yeah, listen, as ready as it's gonna get. I'm ready to go though.
All right, Ace. So as I stated at the top of the hour, Ace, she just wears so many hats. She's an author, she's an entrepreneur, and she's a professional football player with the WFLA. So where do we start? Let's start with the gym. How did you get into train? You're a trainer, right? You're training.
Right, correct.
You own your own gym. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, my mom is what got me started in the gym. She owned a gym literally my whole life since I was in elementary school. Yeah, and that was before owning a gym was popular. Yeah. So everybody knew my mom where we grew up at because she pretty much was the only gym owner in the area. So I pretty much grew up in the gym, seeing how she trained, just watching her. And then, I pretty much, after I graduated from college and things of that nature, did what I needed to do. I wanted to come out of corporate America.
Yeah.
She ended up closing her gym, 5 years before. And then I went to her and I said, you know what? Let's open it back up. I'm ready. Let's do it. So we opened it back up together.
Generational wealth. That's what it's all about.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So, okay. So are you training? What do you train? Are you just a general trainer, or do you have specific things that you,
I train anywhere from lifestyle, weight loss, weight gain, muscle. I train athletes. Pretty much all spectrums. Athletes are obviously my favorite because, that's my passion. My kids are athletes. I'm an athlete, obviously, but I really mostly lifestyle training, though.
Okay, well, since you brought up the kids, let's talk, because I can't wait to talk about this.
Right.
Yeah, she's an she wrote Girls Play Football Too. And it's about her daughter, right? Who wants to play. Well, she's playing football, but she wants to continue playing football in middle school or high school, right?
Middle school.
I love it. You guys, it's a quick read, but it's really good. Yep. The book has at the end, it has like if you want to know a little bit about football, it has like a glossary where it tells you some of the positions, some of the plays. Right. What a receiver does, what is a receiver, what is a quarterback. But tell us a little bit about this book and what inspired you to write it, Ace.
Okay, it's a book, Girls Play Football Too. It's a book, the main character, her name is Jeria. That's actually my daughter's name. Her brother's name is Jace, which is my son as well. Mm-hmm. And she started off just wanting to play football with the boys. So she was always a really great athlete. She wanted to play football. So it started in the neighborhood. Growing up, we always had those neighborhood flag football games, two-hand touch or whatever it was. Yeah. And she was just happy to be a phenomenal quarterback.
Right. We didn't have any flags. I tell people all the time, it's like, we didn't have any flags.
Yeah, no flags, 2-hand touch. So that's kind of how she started, how pretty much all of us started. Yeah, or tackle, which my kids play tackle in the yard. So.
Okay, right.
So yeah, that's kind of how it is. I mean, it's her a quest of, she's on a journey of playing football, her and her brother right beside her, and just pretty much defeating the odds. All the boys in the neighborhood are like, you're a quarterback, you have a quarterback on your team, she's a girl, y'all are getting ready to lose. So it's like a big showdown between her team and then the boys on the next street over. And then, you know, of course, they end up winning, and it's a big deal. And she's basically proven that girls play football too.
So who's older?
Jeria is older, the daughter, my daughter. Yeah, she's oldest. Okay, she's older. Yeah, she's 10, and then Jace is 6.
Okay, so the book talks about, so she's preparing for this game. She wakes up, she looks in the mirror, and she's like, I'm going to throw the ball like this, and she throws it. And, you know, we all, I'm a receiver, so we all dream of that day where it's like, oh my God, I'm open. You know, so did this happen? Is this something that actually happened to her?
So, okay, so it's really actually kind of my story, but I was Jeria. Growing up, I always played football with the boys, and you know, in the neighborhood, everything of that nature. I always played quarterback too. I always played quarterback. I'm a receiver now, but when I was younger, I always played quarterback, and I could always play with the boys. And this story is actually a true story from hood. But this is the first book in a series of 5. So my next book is Jeria Makes the Team. So it's going to follow her through middle school, then to high school. Then she's going to go to college. She's going to have stories of triumph and everything. And then eventually she'll make it to the pros, which is WFLA.
WFLA. I saw that in there. Okay. All right. So, well, it is about, because if she's playing, if she's quarterbacking, right? She wants to be a quarterback.
Yeah, she plays quarterback.
You'll have an opportunity to experience that. That's the best thing, the best experience you can have on the field. Absolutely. Like, oh my God, it's coming.
Right. Yes, almost like slow-mo.
But so the book, this book you had a signing, right?
Yes, last weekend, a weekend before. Yeah.
How did that? Was that?
Oh my gosh, it went so good. Just to see all the little girls come, and I had some of my teammates from the Amazons, they came and they, taught some of the girls some routes and threw them some passes, some balls. I signed their books. We talked about football. Most of the girls that came were athletes. My daughter's an athlete, so a lot of her teammates came. She's a softball player. Okay. And just to see, it was amazing. I mean, when I say I cried so many times, it was emotional. Yes, just because, I mean, we love football. This is what we do. Yeah. We never really thought that we would have the opportunity that we have now to play at a professional level. But not only that, just to know that it can happen. Like, these little girls, they can really go on and they have the opportunity to play football. And it doesn't have to be just something that they're good at. It's something that they can actually get a scholarship for eventually. Something that they can go on and play on a professional level. So just to see that it literally starts in your street with the kids.
We're out there pushing for them.
Right, exactly.
So come on, ladies, come on. So so this book was inspired by your life experiences. Has your other than your daughter being out on the field playing, with the guys, what other types of inequities or things that you see from your daughter growing up that you would like to address as well, other than just on the field? Right.
Well, honestly, my daughter is an All-American pitcher in softball. So she's one of the best pitchers in the nation in her age group. So she's really good. And I feel like in softball, just to be honest, it's not a lot of brown girls. It's not a lot of us, especially as pitchers. And I don't know. Well, you follow sports, so you see Odyssey Alexander and some of the other. You see more and more of us, which is amazing. But I think that a lot of times she hasn't always been given a fair opportunity when she steps on the mound, when she goes to play for other teams. She plays pickup, and other teams pick her up because of her ability, but she doesn't always, I feel like, get a fair shot. And I try to teach her. I mean, that's life. It's a life lesson in itself. Just being a minority, being a woman, you know, she has so many odds stacked against her, and that's pretty much in every aspect of life. It's always going to be that. So I really teach her about mental toughness. I mean, I feel like as athletes, we're all trained to compete. We're all trained to go, but what separates you from the next athlete is how mentally tough you can be when faced with adversity. So I think that's very important.
Speaking of mental toughness, what are your thoughts on the Simone Biles and the, you know, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's tough because I understand the importance of mental health. You know, I understand that we definitely, if you're not there mentally, then it's almost impossible to perform physically. So I can definitely relate. I've been there. But then I'm not going to sit up here and act like the athlete in me. It's kind of like you're trained to go. You're the greatest of all time. This is what you're trained for. So I'm kind of torn. I completely understand why she did what she did. Completely, you know. But then I'm not going to lie. Like I said, the athlete in me is like, I mean, you've been here before. You're trained to do this. So what makes this time different? But, you know, I mean, we don't know. There may be some other factors and things that we don't know about. I know she had a situation with her brother that's going on, some other family things. So all of that could play a part as well. But I'm hurt for her.
Me too.
And just being an athlete is just like, man, it's like the Olympics, you know, that comes once every 4 years.
Can you imagine getting that far, being in Tokyo and not competing? I'm like, oh gosh, but we don't know. We've never been
exactly. We don't.
So, you know, I kind of, you know, I'm like you, torn between the two. And I also kind of feel bad for her because I know, you know, if she's an athlete, I know she wants to compete and she wants to do well, you know.
And then I feel like there's another issue that has to be addressed. Like I know Tiger Woods, LeBron James, it's a couple of athletes that I know for sure. They travel with their sports psychologists. It's like, you know, sports psychologist. So so in my head, I'm like, does an athlete of that caliber, she's the best in the world, does she not travel with someone like that to help her mentally? And in my head, I'm just like, that's so important, especially when you're under the kind of pressure that she's under. I think it could be a learning lesson that, you know, her team or whoever is in her camp, they might need to really just kind of address that as well, because this probably could have been prevented at some point.
Yeah, you made a good point. There was actually someone made a point on Clubhouse yesterday that, you know, men, they have, like you said, they travel with people to help them. Right. The team, you know, their coaches, you know, look at the Bulls team with Phil Jackson, you know, that's like, you know, he had people making sure that, you know, they were mentally well all the time.
Right.
Let me know, University of Alabama, I know they take that very seriously. You know, maybe that's the next step. You know, I know we're real new and not real new because women have been fighting for equality in sports forever. But maybe this is the next step. Like, you know, if we're trying to be equal, then we also need that. We also need, you know, to have those resources that men have as well. So absolutely. So what do you think about, tell us about the WFLA, who you're playing for? Okay.
Right. Well, I play for the Atlanta Amazons. I'm not sure. Deborah Atney, she's pretty much been a manager for a lot of different celebrities. She's a rapper, Waka Flocka. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but she's his mom. She's a great businesswoman, owns a lot of different things, a lot of different shows, things of that nature. But she's the owner of the team. Jeremy Mincy, who used to be, he played for the Colts, I believe, for about 10 years. He was in the league, so he's our general manager.
Okay.
So we built a great team so far. We still need just a few more little pieces. We still working on coaching and things of that nature. But I play for the Atlanta Amazons. Super excited about it. So
May 2022, guys.
Yes. Yeah, we're coming to a
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my. Wait a minute now.
That's interfering with your podcast. You got to pick another day.
Okay. No, I'm gonna go play and then I'm gonna do the podcast.
And that'll work too. That'll work too.
So you play. You're playing receiver, wide receiver.
Yeah,
right?
I play mostly receiver, but honestly, when people ask me
And then
that,
we know you.
I consider myself an athlete. Like anywhere, any specialty position, I can play anywhere on the field. To be honest, but I like to play receiver the most. I mean,
I'm not playing on the line. I'm sorry.
I can't play on the line. Receiver, DB,
lineman.
And I play some running back too, but mostly in flag. When you put pads on and play running, it's a whole nother story.
So let's talk about that because a lot of the girls that are we had to push our season off last year because of COVID.
Right.
So some of the flag teams started playing. Did you participate in any of those?
Yeah, I played flag. Right now we're in our tournament season, but just to be really honest with you, once our season got pushed back and they told us the dates and everything, I put flag on hold for just a little bit, just to focus strictly on my training because it's just been too many injuries on that flag field.
Man,
yeah.
When they started the flag leagues back up, I'm like, wow, everybody's getting hurt. I think it's because people weren't just staying in shape during COVID. But, I played with the Lady Warriors down in Atlanta. So, they're playing in the tournament this weekend. I'm not playing. But, we started playing in tournaments and people just, Achilles. It's like, gosh, everybody, we would walk out and you'd hear about 3 or 4 women that got hurt. You'd see ambulance coming. It was crazy. So.
Yeah, and I don't want to be with them. I tore like 3 ligaments in my ankle. Yeah, and I was out for a few months. I came back, I started back playing everything and I was fine. Then I ended up getting a concussion. Yes, I got a concussion. Girl. No more. I got a concussion. Listen, I got a concussion and a dislocated jaw playing flag. Yeah.
You see, so wait, are you playing? So, just so everyone knows, when you play flag, you may play for a couple teams and you play co-ed and you can play for co-ed teams and then you'll play for the female teams. So when you got these injuries, were you playing on the co-ed team or
no, that's the crazy part. And it was such a freak accident. If you saw how I got a concussion, it's because one of my teammates, it was one of my first games, literally, somebody ran the wrong route.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we literally.
I probably had 5 concussions because of that. I just didn't know it.
Literally. But I knew as soon as, because I was knocked out, like carried off the field. It was. Really? Yeah, girl. And I was like, it's just because how we hit. It was how, because her shoulder was lower and it went right into my jaw. So you know how that goes. You instantly. Yeah. So, but I still went back and played some more. I set out my little month that I need to sit out, went back. But now I said, let me, let me stay healthy and be ready for the WFLA.
Of course. So do you want to tell us anything else about your books? We know that you're going to have the five more. Are you looking to be an author, like, as a second profession? What is this leading to?
Yeah, it started off as just something I was passionate about. I literally wrote this book in my notes in my iPhone one night. Okay. Just like it was just, I was overcome with just like gratitude about the WFLA and getting this opportunity and just thinking about growing up, how I always wanted to play football. Going back to the story when I was in middle school, I actually took the permission slip home to my dad to play and he wouldn't sign it. He was like, "You're not playing. I'm not signing this so my daughter can go play tackle football." Exactly. Right. So it was like, it's a running joke now that I play football. I was like, "Dad, I didn't need your signature. I didn't need you to sign off on this one. Like, I got this, now I can actually play and it's in the league professionally. I don't need him to sign off on it." So right. So I kind of wrote this in my iPhone and it started off as just something that I was really passionate about. And then I've seen so many girls that are little, young girls that are playing football with the boys, like on teams, middle school level, Park Warner or whatever it may be. And I'm just like, this could be, it's just inspirational to me and to all the little girls growing up really wanting to play football. So it's become one of my passions that I'm pretty much turning into an occupation that I kind of just wasn't expecting to do.
So you're a trainer, you have your own gym, you know, you're a professional football player. Are you looking to do any camps for kids? Is that something that's in the near future for Ace?
Absolutely. So right now, actually, me and some of my teammates, some of the Amazons, we're actually volunteering at some of the camps that are already in place out here.
Good
and
idea.
then the high schools out here actually started they have flag football as a sport. They play each other. So so we're going there, volunteering there, just giving our time, just giving back to the young youth athletes. So right now we're just constantly giving back. And then of course camps are in the work. School is getting ready to start, so we're looking at maybe doing one for maybe spring break, something of that nature. But it's definitely going to come down. It's definitely going to come down the pipeline. So, yeah.
Okay, and so back, you know, this on staying on the training, you train both males and females, right?
Yep.
What are some of the differences that you see? Do you train females differently than you train males?
It really just depends whether they're an athlete, if they're trying to lose weight, gain muscle. What I've learned is males give up a lot easier in the gym. It's actually really crazy to see. Like if it's not just straight, just lifting heavy, then they're out of gas. Any type of cardio-based training, any type of, like if you're doing a burpee, any type of HIIT training, things of that nature. No, but when it comes to straight lifting, of course they can do that. Yeah, my guys are, oh my gosh, they're the worst. They take forever to get right, to be honest with you.
They got to drink all the water. You know, they stand there and drink water all day.
Oh, goodness. Oh, they're going to take so many breaks and complain the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been playing football all your life. So you said your mom owned the gym. Did she have you in the gym at a young age?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, and I've been an athlete my whole life too, just outside of football. I played softball in college. So yeah, I've been just in the gym. Just honestly, I was just running around. All of my friends did their high school internships with my mom at the gym.
Really?
It's one of those things. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, they loved it. All the athletes especially. But so I picked up on training from her. Of course, we have our different styles and things of that nature, but just really learning how the body works and, you know, nutrition. She's a nutritionist too. So I learned all about nutrition and things of that nature, just growing up, you know, seeing her do it.
Okay. So, Ace, when you're not being an author, an entrepreneur, or a professional football player, what are you doing? What do you do for fun?
Oh gosh, I'm a mom. You know, my kids are athletes. Every weekend we have tournaments, and they play travel ball. So we're traveling. My daughter travels all over the country playing softball, pitching. So.
Okay.
You know, it's all. I'm looking at my calendar now. Like, where do we have to go next? So we're in Panama City, Florida, coming up pretty soon. So we're everywhere.
Let me know when you're in Panama.
Yeah. Definitely. So we're all over. So honestly, I love the tournaments. I love seeing them compete and really just
it's good to see it's nice to watch the kids compete.
Yeah. It's long days. It is. Like last weekend they went to the championship game. We were at the field from 8 in the morning all the way till past midnight at night.
Wow.
It's an all-day thing, but I mean that's what we do every weekend. One of them is gonna have a tournament. Sometimes they both have a tournament the same weekend. So I'm juggling it.
Yeah. So 3 things I ask every guest this. 3 things that you would like for the listeners to take from this live. 3 things.
Okay, let's see. 1, always follow your passion. I think my passions have led me to my purpose, just to be honest with you. And it's just so important to do that. 2, never let anybody tell you what you can't do. I know that's so cliche and we hear that a lot, but girls play football too. That's just one thing, but literally anything. And like you say, I mean, I wear so many hats, but it's because I can. And I really feel strongly about that. Like anything that you want to do, and I have something else that I'm getting ready to get into. I can't say it right now. But you guys,
come back on and tell us. You got to come back on.
I will. 2 weeks, and I'll be able to tell everybody.
Okay.
But it's something else that I'm getting into that it's just I feel like I can because I feel like anything that you want to do, do it. Life is so short. And if the pandemic has taught us anything, it has definitely taught us that.
Yes.
I think stay spiritually grounded. I think that's so important. It doesn't have to be a specific religion or anything of that nature. Just make sure, whether it's just regular meditation, take time for yourself, whether it's with God or is with whoever it is that you believe in or whatever. Take time for yourself and have some type of foundation that you can go back to keep yourself grounded.
Yes, I told it. Now, I didn't get into meditating until last year during the pandemic.
Right.
I started meditating, and once I started doing that, I just, I could see the difference.
Right,
And
absolutely.
Just my whole mental well-being, just grounded, So
absolutely.
And I do it every day now. So
yeah, it's important. Just take a few minutes every day. I pull up to my house before I get out the car. I have to sit in the car for at least 10 to 15 minutes and I just reflect. This is what I do every single day. Yeah.
That was one of the things, I always thought when I thought about meditating, I thought about, I got to go somewhere and sit and just be. But you can it's a reflection wherever you don't have to, it's nice. I do that,
Yeah.
Just find a nice quiet place, but you don't have to be sitting on the sofa and
right.
Whatever you can, like you said, before you get out of the car, when you get home, sit in the car, reflect.
Absolutely.
And deal with the kids. Yeah. So those are great points. And so before you go, tell us where to find you.
All right, I'll give you my personal page because from my personal page, you can follow all the many other pages that I have. So my personal page on Instagram is @J_Ace, ACE07. And then from there, if you look at my bio, you can follow my book page, my athlete page, and my gym page.
Okay. Now, when I repost this, I'll make sure I put that on there, add that on there. And I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
You were great. And when I'm down in Atlanta, I'm coming to that gym.
You definitely have to. We got to get a workout in and get some field work.
That's right. All right, Ace. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
And that was Ace. I love her. I follow her on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow her. You'll see so that you can see all the work she's putting in, getting ready for the WFLA, which is starting May 2022, guys. She plays for the Atlanta Amazons. She's going to be playing wide receiver. I'm going to be playing with the Birmingham Bombshells wide receiver. We're going to be hot out there, hot to death. So thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for listening to Aaliyah and Ace and to me. And I do appreciate you. I appreciate you for joining me every Wednesday and just supporting these young ladies out here that are balling, especially the young student athletes. If you want to see a show that we put on previously, you can go to my YouTube page at Misfit Lawyer. Just type in Misfit Lawyer. Go to the YouTube page, and you'll see all of the previously recorded shows. On some occasions, I will rerun the show. So, just keep an eye out on my Instagram and Facebook page. Instagram, Misfit Lawyer. Facebook, Misfit Lawyer, or Michelle Renee Dunham. And then visit my webpage at www.misfitlawyer.com. And drop a note. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to talk about, what you like to, hear, any suggestions on guests, anything like that. And I will definitely take it into consideration. And I appreciate you guys again. See you next week. That's what's good.